Are you a casual hairband listener of the late 80s, early 90s, and only heard of Saigon Kick's Love Is On The Way? And that's the only reason you've ever heard of Saigon Kick? Well, you should listen to a lot more of them. Right after this on Hanging with Drummer Boy Jones. What is up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Hanging with Drummer Boy Jones. And I got a request to do a video on one of my favorite bands, which I always say all these bands are my favorite bands, but they really are one of my favorite bands, and the band is Saigon Kick. Saigon Kick was a band that was formed in Florida in the late 80s. They put out their self-titled record in 1990, and it was Saigon Kick's self-titled record, and I have it here, and it was a first-time pressing in the U.S., 900 copies. It's white vinyl. I've never opened it. But think we might order two today? Well, we probably will. But yeah, this came out in 1990. The original band was Matt Kramer was vocals, Jason Beeler guitars, Phil Verone drums, and Tom DeFile was the bass player. This record, it started making the rounds in the 90s for me in 1990, and I got this record. Not this record, but I got the self-titled cassette or CD or something, I can't remember. And there was several songs on here that stood out and still stand out to me. New World, What You Say is a very good song. What You Do, Susie is a fantastic hard rock song. Such a cool guitar riff. Colors is okay. Coming Home, Love of God, sort of, all pretty good. Down by the Ocean, that's a good song. Acid Rain, very punkish, very quick. And then My Life. My Life is my favorite song on this record. And, who else does a kazoo solo instead of a guitar solo? Remember the old kazoos? Win, 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 win. So good. Such a good. Month of Sundays, Ugly, Come Take Me Now, I See You. This is a good record. Now, is it, the best thing ever? No, but, I'd give it a solid 6 out of 10, and let's go ahead and split this, shall we? So, I'm going to split it. I've split it. It does come with the inner sleeve that has all of the lyrics. And it come on white vinyl, transparent white vinyl. And, it was Atlantic Third Stone, I think. And, you guys can do the homework. I'm not for sure, but I really think that Michael Douglas had something to do with Third Stone, maybe. I'm not going to swear to that, but I think I've always heard Michael Douglas's name mentioned with Saigon Kick. And, but yeah, I mean, this one didn't really have no hits or anything on it, but it is a very, very, very good hard rock record. A lot of people, like Jason Beeler, for example, he's not the lead singer, but he sings all the main harmonies. So, it's sort of like a Michael Anthony and Van Halen or Jerry Cantrell and Alice in Chains, that kind of stuff where they're there. If you take the lead singer out, the backup vocals is so prevalent and the harmonies are so prevalent, and we'll get on into that in a little bit later. But if you have slept on this, please do yourself a favor. Saigon Kick's self-titled record, 1990. In 1992, the band come out with their second record called The Lizard. Also, I got this as a Black Friday, and this is Reptilian Green, marble vinyl, limited to 2,500 copies. It hadn't been opened either, but this is another Third Stone Atlantic record. This is their second one. And this is the one that had the hit that everyone has always heard, and that's Love Is On The Way. Now, personally, Love Is On The Way is the worst song they've ever done, in my opinion. It's a little too for me. You know, Love is on the Way. What was the Extreme song? Not Wholehearted, but I'll insert it. Why am I going brain dead for? But those songs, you know, Mr. Biggs, I Want to Be With, or I'm the One Who Wants to Be With You, all in that time, yeah, I wasn't big fans of them. But this song, they stepped it up a notch in the hard rock, you know. This was you know, based on Love Is on the Way. This is their only record that charted. I think it did go gold. Still the same band. Tom DeFile was the bass player, but before they went out on tour, Tom quit and or kicked out. I'm not for sure. And they got Chris McLaren, and Chris McLaren and Jason Bieler has both done interviews on the Guru's channel. Go check both of those out. They're both fantastic. I can listen to Jason Bieler talk all the time. He has a very witty sense of humor. I really enjoy Jason Bieler, and he's such. I love his guitar tones. They're so good. But, you know, just looking right quick, Hostile Youth, I think, was the first single and video off this record, and we wore that thing out in '92. That was so. Feel the Same Way, another fantastic. Freedom, God of 42nd Street, My Dog, Peppermint Tribe, Love Is on the Way, The Lizard, All Alright, Sleep, All I Want, Body Bags, Miss Jones, World Goes Around, and Chanel. This is a great record. You know, a lot of people says this is their best record. We'll get to there if it's mine or not, but it's a great record. Let's crack it open too, shall we? So we cracked it open, backside, front side. I just caught that. So going back, sorry, I should go back. But the first record was produced by the great Michael Wagner, Nashville native now. So good. He's done so many classic records, Dog Eat Dog, Ozzy, Skid Row, you know. And then this one, Bieler done it himself. And it has the lyrics on one side. I'll pause if you can zoom in and see, but credits and things like that on the second side. And let's see. Still, check out the color right on. Green reptilian, or reptilian green. Huh, that's pretty sweet. Now, a good friend of mine, you know, I collect a lot of records, and I do stream, and I listen to CDs a lot, and I don't listen to my vinyls that much, but I'm a huge collector of them. A good friend of mine said that this sounded horrible. I don't know if it does or not, but he said didn't sound very good. But Saigon Kick's The Lizard, 1992. Saigon Kick's The Water, 1993. And when recording this record, of course, Tom is done gone. They got Chris McLaren. And then Matt Kramer didn't like the way the direction was going. And I think maybe him and Jason maybe had a little bit of conflict. I don't know. But they turned into it's a three-piece of Chris, Phil, and Jason on the actual record. Pete Dombrowski, I think, toured on this record. I don't know if he actually recorded on it or not, but he's not on the picture. This is my favorite Saigon Kick record. This record is freaking amazing. One Step Closer, they do a great version of Space Oddity. Is so good. The song Water, Torture, Field of Rape, I Love You, which I think was the first single. I love that song, and it's a, sort of a ballady, poppy, but it fits. I mean, this record's sort of all over the place. Sergeant Steve, My Heart, On and On, The Way, Sentimental Girl, Close to You, When You Were Mine, and the reprise. But this is such a good record. If you've never heard Saigon Kick's The Water, I beg you to listen to this record. Well, I beg you to listen to all of them. If the only thing you know is Love's on the Way, and Feel the Same Way maybe, you're missing a lot of great music. We're going to crack this one too, and it says, this is a third album in 1993, featuring One Step Closer and a must-have version of David Bowie's Space Oddity. and it is a really good version. But same thing. You have lyrics, have inside pictures. And let's see, I'm just looking. Additional backing vocals, piano, trumpet. So it does not mention that Dombrowski is on this record. So he must have just toured on this record. But it is just on black vinyl. Saigon Kick's The Water. A little dirty to be brand new, right? That's okay. It's all right. We'll dust her off. But so after the big heyday of Love Is on the Way hit, they went gold. I don't think this one done really anything. It should have, though, because it's a great, great record. And I got to see him on The Lizard. I got to see him on this tour. And one of them, Life, Sex, and Death, opened up for it. I can't remember. And I should do one on Life, Sex, and Death, too, because Stanley and, if you've not heard Life, Sex, and Death, The Silent Majority, go get it right now. Shameless plug. It's fantastic. And then 1995, they got dropped, or I don't know what happened, but they was off Atlantic, Third Stone. They did a lot of what the other bands was doing. CMC International picked them up. And this record was hard to find. I still don't think it's on any streaming services. It might be, if you guys can look. I know it's not on Amazon Music because that's what I use, and I just sort of looked it up. But I do have the Devils and Details CD. CMC International. And this, there's Dombrowski. He's on this one. So they added him to this record. But guys, this record is right up there with Water to me. And this record is good. It's hard to find, but if you can hear it on YouTube or anything like that, I strongly suggest as well you go find this record. It's got an intro. Russian Girl, so good. Killing Ground, so good. Eden, Going On, Everybody, Spanish Rain, Flesh and Bone, Sunshine, Victoria, Afraid, So Painfully is so good. So good. Dear Uncle Edgar, oh, it's such a good song too. And All Around, another great, great record. So if you've not heard this, do yourself a favor, find it, YouTube, borrow it, download it, whatever you got to do. You know, there's probably some on eBay. Go check it out. So that was 95. And then after that, they sort of just faded away. You know, I mean, it was during that time, 98, they released a best of. Also in 98, they done Moments from the Fringe with some demos, rarities, things like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never heard it. I don't know if I've ever even seen it. But they did put that out. In 99, Phil had done quit. And so practically it's just Jason Beeler. And I think they put out another copy of a record called Bastards overseas. And I'm going to be honest with you with that. I've never heard it. I think there might have been a cover of Big Shot or something like that on it that I have heard. But so it was Beeler and Dombrowski, and then they went on to form, I think it was Super Transatlantic. They had one record, Shuttercock or Shuttlecock or something like that. I can't remember. But Beeler has kept on. He's put out some great, great solo stuff that is fantastic. A lot of, I mean, it's Saigon Kickish. I mean, because he was Saigon Kick. He was the brainchild behind Saigon Kick. So if you get a chance, check out any of his solo stuff. Follow him on Facebook. I'm not going to torture the name. It's the great Von Blierski something or another. But it is good stuff. It's really good stuff. He's very active on Facebook. I've talked to him a time or two on Facebook through chat, or not through chat, but through message, post and comments. So he's very active, and he reaches out. And coming up on the Monsters of Rock, he does a lot of shows with Jeff Scott Soto. Acoustic, they do a lot of just, some Saigon Kick. They do a lot of cover. They do everything. They do a comedy show. It's really entertaining, really good. Check that on YouTube. It's Soto Beeler. And then I think they're actually going to do a Saigon Kick show as well in the next week or two before getting on the boat or right after the boat with Phil Verone is going to come back. And I think maybe Chris McLaren is too. I think Chris had cancer. You can see the interview on the Guru's channel. Such a good interview. The Beeler interview is so good as well. And so yeah, if you've missed out on Saigon Kick, you shouldn't. They're a great band. You can't classify them as hair. I mean, they're unique. They're very unique. They're heavy. They're poppy. They're twangy. They're jazzy. There's different songs, and that's what makes them so good. And Jason's still putting out stuff to this day, and I always try to watch and listen to anything that he puts out. So yeah, check them out, man. I implore you to check them out. I'm a dumb redneck. I urge you to check them out, because I don't know if implore is the right word or not, because I'm stupid. But yeah, check it out, and I hope you enjoyed this little quick introduction, if it's your introduction to Saigon Kick or Walking Down. Do you agree with my comments on the records? If not, let me know. We'll talk about it. You guys are wearing me out with the comments, and that's a good thing. That's a great thing. Y'all are really commenting on the videos. I super appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys' support. It means the world to me. And we've got several things coming up. We've got another crew episode coming up. I've got a Rat box set to undo. And yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. I think we've got an Alice in Chains Dirt record that's coming up. Me and RVK has our next single coming out in just a few more days. He's recording some video, and I'm recording some video. We've already recorded the song. It is just FYI, it is Bon Jovi's Raise Your Hands. And he changes up the end just a little bit to do a nod for the hair metal guru gang that we are. Little ode to all of our hometowns in that. So it's pretty super awesome. So guys, much love. Don't be a dick. Be good to one another, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.